a hugely significant thing. But I also think about it because of podcasts, because podcasts are in a similar way. Just no one saw it coming, and the people that are involved in it are like, what the fuck are we doing?
Yeah.
Like me. I'm like, what am I doing? Like, what is this? Yeah. Like, for me, it's like, ooh, boy, I get to talk to guys like Ben Greenfield and Jonathan Haidt and all these different people and learn some stuff. And I've clearly learned way more from doing this podcast than I ever would have learned without it. No doubt about it, unquestionably. But I didn't fucking plan this. So now all of a sudden there's this signal that I'm sending out to millions and millions of people, and then people are like, well, you have a responsibility. I'm like, oh, great. Well, I didn't want that. I didn't want a responsibility to what I distribute. I just want...
Well, I've been wanting to have a motherfucking conversation about Joe Rogan. Real shit, I was going to make a video on him last week. But I guess today's the day, because you know what? He done fucked up this weekend having a conversation with Jack Dorsey, the CEO of Twitter, and not holding his feet to the motherfucking flames about all the fucking bullshit he's been goddamn doing and letting him just change the subject every time fucking some real ass question came up. Well, let's get into it. Roll my motherfucking music.
Just talk to people, like whatever, you know, like there's certain people that I'll have on, whether it's Alex Jones or anyone that's controversial, where people will get fucking mad. Why are you giving this person a platform? I go, okay, I didn't think about it that way, and I don't think that's what I'm doing. I think I'm talking to people, and you can listen. Yeah. But it's giving that person a platform, because they're saying, well, no, they'll tone down their, like Milo Yiannopoulos. That was one of the arguments people gave me. Like, he toned down his platform when he was on your show so he could get more people to pay attention to him.
Well, that raises another question. Who is it that you're having a conversation with who would say shit of this fucking nature? Who is it actually feels that you're having a conversation with who would stand here and think that free speech and having the ability to have all sides of an argument hurts a bad goddamn thing? I wonder who the fuck that would motherfucking be.
This is the consequences of social media. The fact that you could take a video of someone doing something incredibly stupid when they're 16 years old.
Oh, yeah.
And what they did was not even that stupid. All he did was stand there and smirk. And people wanted him dead.
He was being a shithead, but like
Okay, but was he? If he's just standing there and someone comes up to him beating a drum, how are you supposed to react?
I feel like
how do you think you would react?
I feel like the kid walked up to the Native Americans, though.
Incorrect. The kid was standing there. The Native American walked up to him beating the drum.
Okay.
Got
that's
right
another
up to his
video.
face.
That's not what happened.
What do you mean?
The guy was that kid wasn't in the video while the Native American gentleman was standing there pounding his drum, and there are kids around him, but that kid, the main kid, wasn't there. He ended up walking up to him.
Yeah.
Okay, but with the video that I saw, the kid was standing there, and that guy walked up to him. Here's the thing. This is 2 hours. There's video of these people that's 2 hours long. And the video that I saw, those kids were standing there chanting, and that guy walked to those kids and was beating his drum. If that one specific kid walked down, but still that guy instigated it by walking to them, beating the drum. Not only that guy got in that kid's face and beat that drum inches away from his face.
But I thought I'm only talking about that kid. I thought that kid walked up to the Native American guy.
I'm not sure. The Native American guy walked up to the whole group of kids.
But to be fair, I haven't seen all of that video.
The Native American guy said that they were saying, build that wall, but there's no evidence of that.
Okay.
The guy, the problem is the guy's a human. The Native American guy's a human, right?
Yeah.
And he's probably not prepared at all for this kind of scrutiny.
No way.
And
no one is.
There's a lot. There was an interview that he did with CNN that is just full of holes.
Okay.
And
that's putting it motherfucking lightly, to say the goddamn motherfucking least.
It's up to you beating a drum. So there's the kid's standing there, and the Native American guy now walks up to him, completely violating his space. Now imagine if this is a man doing this to a woman. You'd say, okay, he's violating her space 100%. This is fucked up and aggressive. And that's what this guy's doing. He's singing in this kid's face. It's a little kid. And what is the kid supposed to do? I don't know. Should he walk away?
Yeah.
Should he say, I'm sorry that someone in the past stole your ancestors' land? What is he supposed to do?
Yeah. I mean, I'm not saying yes, do that. You know, I'm saying the question is, what does a kid do? But I mean, I get why this guy's approaching because it's a river of people mocking him.
Right.
And his
Cause you trouble?
Then damn it, there ain't gonna be no peace. Cause you still worshiping totem poles. I've seen them damn little idols. I've seen them in the Botanica.
Done.
You worship everything in the Botanica and got the nerve to wonder why you still oppressed. You worship the buffalo. What you think that's speaking of, man? These are the idols you've been worshiping. Your idols can't save you. A damn buffalo can't save you.
Right.
How a buffalo gonna save you?
Right.
You eat a buffalo. You wear a buffalo.
That's right.
How the buffalo gonna save you? You can't even find buffalo meat in a damn butcher store. Niggas are crazy. The first commandment in the 10 commandments. But you want to worship every damn animal. You want to worship the water, the fire. Worship all the elements. Why you don't worship the creator of the elements?
Right.
That's the reason why the white man got his foot in your ass. That's the reason why you're on drunkards in the damn casinos and the plantations. You want to drink fire water. We ain't scared of y'all.
That's right.
You don't see the angels.
Ain't no motherfucker scared of you neither, motherfucker.
That's right.
Show some motherfucking respect.
We showing respect to our God. We show you. So what you worship? So what you worship? That's the reason why you stuck on stupid. You want to call me a motherfucker, but you talking all that ignorant.
Dumbass
That's the
niggas,
problem.
man.
A bunch of demons. But you won't say that to this Peckerwood wearing a Make America Great hat again.
That's right.
Damn Uncle Tomahawk.
That's right. That's right.
Bunch of Uncle Tomahawks.
culture.
I get it, but why this one kid? And why get right in this guy's face where you're beating a drum inches from this kid's face?
Yeah, that is the question.
And, well, look, it's the fucking hat, man. That goddamn polarizing, stupid hat.
I hate that hat so much.
Look at it, he's even...
Let me be real. This is why the rest of the motherfucking country hates Californians, all right? We fucking can't stand y'all good for nothing, worthless pieces of shit. Because you look at us in this motherfucking manner. You literally get triggered about a motherfucking hat on some goddamn dumb shit. Real shit. And like you're the only media in town. Everybody pays attention to you. So this is the fucking message that gets portrayed to us on a regular basis. But anyway, right? Let's get back to the motherfucking topic at goddamn hand.
Like, okay, but he also talked about that was one of the reasons why he was exposed was my show, because he talked about that it's okay to have sex with underage boys if they're gay, because there's like a mentor relationship between the older gay man and the younger, and people are like, what the fuck are you talking about? And that was a big part of why he's kind of been removed from the public conversation. There was one of the thing, and then there's the discussion like, well, what is that? What is removing someone from the public conversation? If someone is very popular and they have all these people that like to listen to them, like, what is the responsibility of these platforms, whether it's YouTube or Twitter or anyone? Like, what is their responsibility to decide whether or not someone should or shouldn't be able to speak? And this is a thing that I've been struggling with, and I bounce around inside my own head, and I see that you guys struggle with it, and pretty much everyone does. YouTube does, and it's it is a hugely significant discussion that is left to a very relatively small amount of people. And this is why this discussion of what is social media, is it something that everybody has a right to? Or is it something that should be restricted to only people that are willing to behave and carry themselves in a certain way?
I believe it's something that everyone has a right to.
Everyone has a right to. But you still ban people. Like Alex Jones. You guys were the last guys to keep Alex Jones on the platform. You were the last ones. Yeah. And I believe you hung in there until he started harassing you personally, right?
No. He did not.
He came to your house. He banged.
No. He did very different things on our platform versus the others.
Okay.
So we saw this domino effect over a weekend of one platform banning him, and then another in very, very quick succession.
Right.
And people, I think, would have assumed that we would just have followed suit, but he didn't. violate our terms of service.
Right.
And afterwards, he did. And we have a policy, and if there's a violation, we take enforcement actions. One might be asking the account holder to delete the tweet. Another might be a temporary suspension. Another might be a permanent suspension.
So what you're saying, so like let's use it in terms of like him saying that Sandy Hook was fake. He did not say that on the platform. He did not say that on Twitter. He only said that on his show.
I don't know all the mediums he said it in.
What did he do?
But what we're looking at is the conduct and what he did on our platform.
So what did he do on your platform that was like that you all were in agreement that this is enough?
I'm not sure what the actual violations were, but we have a set number of actions, and if they keep getting if an account keeps violating terms of service, ultimately it leads to permanent suspension. And when all the other platforms were taking him off, we didn't find those. We didn't find those violations, and they weren't reported. But again, it goes back to a lot of our model. People weren't reporting a lot of the tweets that may have been in violation.
So I'm saying, you fucking don't know whether or not I'm saying you know damn well you're going on the motherfucking Joe Rogan podcast. You know Alex Jones is his motherfucking boy. You know Alex Jones comes on Joe Rogan's fucking podcast. Why is it, you know what I'm saying, that you would not have this information readily available to you at that motherfucking moment? I feel like you are willfully unprepared for this motherfucking interview if you don't, at minimum, have this basic thing. I think the reality is that you just followed suit. All of y'all got together, had a conversation, and said, we're going to get rid of Alex Jones this fucking weekend. And you all just fucking did it. That's what the fucking situation was. And you didn't stand here and look for fucking violations or any dumb bullshit. You just did it because that's what you wanted to motherfucking do.
On our service, and we didn't act on them.
Right. Like a good instance is what's going on with Patreon. I'm sure you're aware of the Sargon of Akkad thing. Mm-hmm. He did a podcast a long time ago, I believe 6 months or so ago.
So we're going to change the subject? Is that what we're going to do now? We're just going to change the subject and say, fuck it. You know what? We don't need to talk about that anymore. Let's talk about something else.
Where he used the N-word, and the way he used it is actually against white nationalists. And he also said a bunch of other stuff. And Patreon decided that what he said on a podcast was enough for them to remove him from the platform, even though he didn't do anything on their platform that was egregious. And also, they had previously stated that they were only judging things that occurred on their platform. Yeah. There's been a giant blowback because of that, because people are saying, well, now you're essentially policing, and not based on his actions, just on concepts and the communication that he was using, the way he was talking. Yeah. That you're eliminating him from being able to make a living, and that you're doing this because he does not fit into your political paradigm. The way you want to view the world, he views the world differently. This is an opportunity for you to eliminate someone who you disagree with.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know the nuances of their policy, but like we have to pay attention to folks who are using Twitter to shut down the voices of others. Right. That's where it gets weaponized. And we also have to pay attention to where people are using it that put other folks in physical danger.
Wait. You mean like all those fucking reporters that stood there and fucking called for the doxing of those fucking little kids at the fucking Covington Catholic thing? Or is that what you're talking about? And you didn't do a goddamn thing about it? Everybody in the fucking world reported all these motherfuckers, but you didn't do a fucking thing? You good for nothing piece of shit? Is that what the fuck you're talking about here? Is that what we're talking about here? And Joe Rogan ain't going to call you out on none of this shit, is he? He's not going to say a fucking word about any of it. Real shit. You're a worthless piece of fucking human garbage. This is why everybody hates fucking Californians. Real shit. It's why we all fucking hate you and hope to God that the San Andreas fault opens up and swallows you all fucking whole. Fuck you, you fucking hypocritical piece of shit.
And that is where we need to be most severe. But otherwise, everyone has a right to these technologies. And I think they also have a right to make sure that they have a very simple and open read of the rules. And we're not in a great state there. Our rules and our enforcement can be extremely confusing to people.
No, your rules aren't motherfucking confusing to people. The truth of the matter is there's two separate set of fucking rules. If you're a fucking leftist, you can pretty much get away with saying whatever you fucking want. You can stand here and call for the fucking death of white people. You can sit here and act like a fucking asshole towards everybody. You can call for the fucking doxing of fucking little kids. You can call for violence against fucking children. You can sit here and put out death threats against fucking the president of the United States. And you know what? Your Twitter doesn't get banned. Kathy Griffin stood here and held the decapitated head of fucking Donald Trump. There was a guy who stood here and fucking showed the fucking throwing MAGA hat kids into a fucking wood chipper. You didn't fucking care about any of that. You know what you cared about? Individuals standing here telling these people who were losing their jobs that they should learn the code, because that's what they've been telling us in the real fucking world for the last fucking 30 goddamn years, while you shipped off fucking jobs overseas. Maybe, just maybe, you know what I'm saying, you Californians should shut the fuck up and know your fucking place, for fuck's sake. Maybe, just maybe, you're all hypocritical pieces of shit. You know what I'm saying? Maybe, just maybe, we would like to have some fucking border security so we don't keep having fucking poor workers come in and fuck us the fuck over. You know what I mean? But, you know, Joe Rogan don't believe in that. Let's take a look at this.
It's so fascinating that there's this border. We have this line. Mm-hmm. And if you could dig a hole and pop out on the other side, you could sell drugs.
Pop out on the other side. I mean, it's hilarious.
But it's so weird. Like, what a weird fucking thing that we've done. We've made lines on the ground of the earth that you can't cross.
Shit, yeah.
And there's no difference between the people on either side, other than the fact that they speak different languages. But they're just people, and there's a lot of each people on the other side. My fucking parents live in Mexico, man.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I think you did tell me that.
A lot of Mexicans live in America.
Yeah.
You know? A lot of my friends are from Mexico. I know a lot of people from Mexico. A lot. Like, I probably know 20 or 30 people who were born in Mexico.
Oh,
so we integrated, right? Obviously, there's no difference between us other than culture and language, right? But we still have this crazy line. Like, you can't come over, and you guys are fucked. Listen. You were born into a worse system than us. We can't let you over here.
Right.
I know you want to get better, but fuck off.
Fuck you getting
better.
If
you get better over on this side, if you're born in Phoenix, you missed it by a mile. See, if you landed in Phoenix, if you came out of your mother's pussy in Phoenix, you're gold. Dude, didn't you get fucking Medicare and all that good shit? You're in the Obamacare. But if you're born a mile the other way, Fucksville.
Yeah.
What? That's so crazy. That doesn't make, like, logically, I understand there's a limited amount of resources. I understand there's got to be some pragmatic decisions. It's very unfortunate, but what we really have to do is help Mexico get back on their feet.
Exactly.
But really, what it should be is there should be no Mexico. There should be no United States. There should be no Canada. There should be the planet Earth.
Right.
You know why he feels this motherfucking way? It's because he doesn't fucking work for a living, and he doesn't respect those who fucking do. Real shit. That's what it really boils down to. You know what I'm saying? He said it before on his fucking show. Real shit.
Yeah, man. Like, there's a real movement right now towards minimalism, or where people are trying to pare their life down as much as possible.
Yeah, I think people don't want to get involved with, like, banks and fucking having to, like, mortgage themselves and their lifestyle just for the sake of, like, having things.
Yep.
And they're like, and so they get into, like, stuff like camping and hiking.
Well, it's also, you got to think, like, what do you really appreciate? What's important to you? Like, what's really important to you?
Yeah.
Because you don't have forever, right? So what is important to you? Because you only have 24 hours in a day. So what's important to you? Find out what the fuck that is and do more of that.
Yeah.
And try to figure out, like, how to make enough money so that you're not starving, that you're doing well.
Yeah.
But don't just chase that. Chase what you're trying to do. Like, the point system attached to it, the monetary point system, it can get you all fucked up because it'll get you working like 12 hours a day, 13 hours a day.
To get what?
To get more stuff. To get better stuff. To get more prestigious stuff. To get stuff that, you know, all your other stuff having friends are really jealous of your stuff.
Yeah, you're just going to...
Dad got me gigs. He's an architect. And he got me gigs in the summer. Like real jobs. And I was like, holy shit. Like, when you're a laborer... You're a 16-year-old laborer on a construction site. Fuck your life.
Yeah.
Fuck my life. every day. Fuck your life. And plus, I didn't know how to hydrate back then. I never drank any water. I drank like a Coke in the morning, and then all day, no drinking water, no awareness whatsoever.
Probably didn't wear any sunblock.
No, I was bronze, like copper.
Yeah.
And I would just fucking carry shit all day and be so tired. But I remember thinking, okay, there's got to be a fucking plan. We got to make a plan to avoid this. You can't be doing this. Because I knew guys that would do this. My friend Leroy got me a job once. This was a really important turning point. Him and his friend Hank, they would renovate buildings in Dorchester. It's a real shit neighborhood, real bad. And these buildings were like basically like completely wrecked, and they would redo them. And this one guy, he was like semi-homeless. He lived in this place while they were redoing it, and he had a Mountain Dew jug, like a 2-liter thing of Mountain Dew that he filled with malt liquor. And he would just drink this Mountain Dew jug of malt liquor all day. He'd be just blasted all day on the construction site. And we're walking around, there's like exposed beams. There's to the left and the right, there's fiberglass, that's over lattice.
Yeah.
So you could step through and you just drop right through to the floor below.
Yeah.
And this fucking guy walked like a ballerina, drunk as fuck. His name is Jeff. I'll never forget Jeff. Walked around this construction site and just barely not stepping on nails, just barely, and drunk.
Yeah.
Hammered. And everybody knew it. Shakes. His hands would shake. He would hold the Mountain Leader, the 2-liter Mountain Dew thing, and he would just be fucking shaking while he was trying to drink.
Wow.
Full on alky.
And you were like, that's my future.
I didn't think it was my future, but I knew it could be a future if you did what that guy's doing.
Yep.
Like, whoa.
Yep.
You remember these words if you work for a fucking living with your goddamn hands, and you've ever lived off the fucking sweat of your brow and the toilet of your back. These fucking people don't respect you. They don't fucking care about you. They don't fucking like you. They hate the fact that fucking you exist. You're an example of what not to be. You remember these motherfucking words. You remember what I tell you now. These people can't fucking stand you, and they want to replace you. That's why they don't care that the Mexicans come in and do your job, because they could never see themselves you doing your fucking job. That's some real ass shit. It's Tom Pease with P Noid News, man. Y'all know the motherfucking deal. Later.